Good morning, afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me on the big screen today. My name is Brittany Schott, and I'm excited to begin this journey with all of you. My interest in pursuing a master's in public health came around after achieving my master's in social work, and then working in the field for several years, both before and after that master's. I've always wanted to have more influence over policy related to mental health. Um, I've kind of been making a slow trudge towards that goal. So that small introduction I just gave you may have already given you insight into my interests in public health and in the field in general. I was really excited when I reached the last paragraph on page 9 of our textbook, Introduction to Public Health. I was extremely excited because I saw the words social and behavioral sciences and public health in the same sentence. I've been concerned that the connection I was making between my master's in public health and my passion for mental health may be a little off the mark. A concern that wasn't really easily studied when I was Googling kind of what public health is or what public health does. And so I decided to do more research, and I wanted to pursue a master's in public health to gain skills in assessing mental health issues in communities, as well as starting to create policies that help impact those issues. It was also clear from the first chapter that research and application will be of the utmost importance when attempting to impact these types of public health issues. The fact that you need research is also greatly supported by my master's in social work, because mental health overall as an epidemic or a disease can be more difficult to analyze than a medical or an environmental epidemic can be. There's a lot less kind of facts and research around it right now. So some of my goals in getting this master's first includes kind of gaining that skill set. I really want this master's to serve as my launching pad to get me closer to my career goals. And my goal is really to take as much skill from this as possible. I also have a goal to help shape and participate in research around mental health as a public health issue. Although, like I said, there's new studies being released all the time that's kind of helping us understand mental health. There's still a lot of infancy in understanding mental health as a public health issue, kind of how to prevent and how we're creating mental health issues. And so one of my long-term goals then would be to use that research to help write federal policy that helps reform how we prevent and treat mental health in our communities. So all that being said, you may already be able to piece together some of the aspects of public health I found important to my goals after reading the first chapter in our textbook. As I mentioned, I was excited to see a focus on mental health as a public health issue, and reading the brief history of the contribution of public health and then watching the PowerPoint for this week. I also found the focus on family and child welfare extremely important. Child welfare has always been a main focus throughout my career, and all of my jobs and volunteer work have always related to children in some way. And additionally, I did some reading on public health and its growth in our library. There was an article written by Isabella Goldie. It was titled Public Mental Health Today, a Handbook. And in it, the author also references the new focus on mental health as a public health issue, but cites, and I quote, mental illness is a massive disease group with heavy mortality, morbidity, and social and personal costs. The author also goes on to point out the effect of poor mental health on our communities as a whole, including high crime rates, greater incidences of addiction, and so on. And the article goes on to dive into public health approach and how that can have a greater impact on society than just the treatment of individual mental health issues. The article is cited in the footer of the transcript in case you were kind of looking for that. And so both the article I read and the textbook place large emphasis on prevention especially in the three-layer approach that was discussed, which I found to be just a fascinating foundation to start my journey into how I can best use public health skills to help reach my goals and impact society. Let me know if you have any thoughts, feedback, or questions, and I'll respond to them as I receive them. Thank you, and I look forward to hearing from you.